She definitely helped us feel less lonely during this pandemic through her beautiful shows on TLN, Lidia's Kitchen and Lidia's Italy in America. Lidia Bastianich, thank you so much for being with us.
Buongiorno Antonio, buongiorno a tutti.
Thank you very much. Lydia, last time we chat, we were in the middle of a pandemic. Nobody really knew what to do, lots of uncertainty, rules to obey. We still obey some rules now. But during this beautiful summer, things have a little bit changed. We're trying to get back to our life. What about you?
Well, I'm trying as much as everybody else. New York City, we're still quite tight. The restaurants are not allowed to open inside. We have a few restaurants, Lupa and Casamono, and in Rochester, opened outside. But the rest, I'm home, trying to stay put and safe. My mother, who's 99, she lives with me. So, I spend time with her, taking care of her. Also, Antonio, I got myself really into the garden. I always loved the garden. And so I'm planting, I'm sowing, I'm harvesting, making food from my garden. Yesterday, I have my nephew here from Los Angeles. And so we gathered some cucumbers. They're beautiful. They're just coming out. Fresh tomatoes, some basil. We made a great salad. And so, radicchio we have, radicchio insalatina. We tossed a nice insalatina. We have Swiss chard. So, I am keeping busy with nature because I think nature is the ultimate kind of pacifier, if you will.
You must have a big garden for all these vegetables and herbs to be there.
No, it's not all that big. In Italy, Antonio, everybody has next to their house a little square plot. And, you have, I even have 2 artichoke plants. And I had something like about 15 artichokes this year. So, you have 2 of these, 8 tomatoes, some eggplants. And it's enough to kind of feed a family. Every day I go in the garden and see, okay, what's today for lunch?
What's your favorite vegetables or herbs from the garden right now in the summer?
Whatever is in season. Right now, the eggplants are just growing beautifully. And then the peppers. So about 4 days ago, I made stuffed peppers, my peppers. So, I have about 10 pepper plants. And I collected all the peppers, and that made enough, a big pot. And I gave some to my daughter and my brother, and that was that. Then the next was the eggplant parmigiano. Actually, my son-in-law, you know him, Corrado de Romano, he says, I am going to do the eggplant parmigiana. And he made this wonderful teglie, of eggplant parmigiana from our garden. So, as things mature, we harvest them and we make them. What I'm looking forward to are string beans. The string beans are coming out really nice. So we're going to have a lot of string beans.
Lydia, is also a way to keep busy and why not to exercise a little bit?
I think it is. And I sort of, suggest it to everybody. If you have a little plot of land, even where you have the flowers, make it a little square and put 3-4 tomato plants and 3-4 basil plants. The satisfaction of nature giving you these gifts, it's beautiful. And it keeps your mind kind of on the reality of life, that it takes, you need to collaborate with our universe, with our earth, to eat and to stay well. And we are certainly shook up in this universe now, so we need to resettle.
Of course. Lydia, as you know, of course, many of us won't be able to get back to our beloved Italy this year, to vacation, to tour. I would like to do a little virtual tour, if you don't mind, with you,
Sure.
touching different areas with your favorite regional dishes. Let's start with a region you know very well, Northeast, Friuli and Venezia Giulia.
Okay. Well, I can't say just one. I love my polenta. Actually, I had polenta the other day. Even though it's summer, I had polenta. So polenta, it could be with game in the wintertime. Now in the summertime, you can make it with mushroom or just grilled with cheese. That's one of them. I love yotta. Yotta, it's that sauerkraut and bean soup. So that's one of my favorites. And I make a big pot, and then I kind of freeze it and take it out. So I think those two. And if you go down to Trieste, saors, sarde in saor, sardines in an onion vinegar sauce. I love that. You make them and you can keep them 2-3 days. They're even better.
What about Venice?
Venice, sour again. You know, Venice, again, the polentina, the brodetto, you know, from seppie, the granseole, the soft shell crabs were in season pretty soon. And they do a lot of duck anitre, you know, roasted in sugo, con polenta. And once, one of the pastas that I love from there is bigoli con le sarde. Bigoli is this homemade thick spaghetti, if you will, and it could be made out of white flour, or it could be made out of whole wheat flour, and it really has a bite. And then a simple onion and anchovy or a sardine sauce on top of it, and it's delicious, very typical. Or they serve it also with a duck guazzetto, you know, the tough part of the duck, the legs, you braise it forever and then you take it off the bone and you put it on top of these bigoli. So those are two of my favorite dishes from Venice.
While in Rome, we tend to ask for the same dishes every time, like matriciana, carbonara, but what should we not miss?
Well, certainly, again, seasonal. The carciofi in springtime, I mean, they're so, and alla romana, simple, braised with a little bit of garlic, a little bit of mint, a little bit of wine. I made this same dish with the artichokes that I have in my garden. So absolutely you shouldn't miss that. And you know, everybody, pizza, we talk about Napoli, of course, delicious, but I like Roman pizza too. So do not miss the pizza in Rome. It's more where in Napoli, the dough is kind of softer and fluffier. In Rome, it's thin and crisp. I like that. And then they have a lot of street food in Rome that you should, you know, the fried rice. There's ever more of this street food. So look for some street food. And of course, the porchetta sandwich. You have to have the porchetta sandwich.
Oh my, we now we're hungry. Okay, Lidia, thank you very much for being with us.
My pleasure, Antonio, and the best to everybody, your family, and all the spettatori, the viewers.